Good evening, everyone. Welcome and thank you so much for joining us, whether in person or virtually, to celebrate with the future of medicine in New Brunswick. One of my greatest pleasures is reading through the student applications every year. I am not on the grants committee. I have no deciding power, but I have the access, so I love to read. And in every one of the 196 applications, eligible applications that came in this year, were extraordinary and inspiring stories. The people in this room and the people joining us online who have chosen to pursue a career in healthcare are taking on an unbelievable challenge, whether an academic challenge or the workload or the fact that they will be making decisions one day that are life and death. And I respect that totally, and I admire you for this. You are going to make a profound impact. And just to give you a sense of the diversity of the students we are supporting this year, our recipients are coming from 47 different hometowns in New Brunswick. Between them, they share 33 master's degrees, untold undergraduate degrees, hundreds of research publications. We are supporting 38% of this year's recipients who are enrolled in French language university programs. We know that when they graduate and when they are out in the workforce, they are going to do incredible things. Now, last year when I was on this stage, I shared the Foundation's origin story, and it is such an important origin story that I want to reiterate it quickly for you now. So back in 2010, our founder, Dr. Donald Craig, who, after about 40 years in practice as a family physician, began to look toward his own retirement and became increasingly concerned that there was not an influx of new young physicians who might be able to take over his patients. At the time, Dalhousie Medicine New Brunswick was about to open its doors. So he, looking at the other recruitment initiatives in the healthcare ecosystem, saw that many of the efforts were siloed, many were costly, and the results were varied. So he approached Dalhousie Medicine New Brunswick with a new, completely innovative idea. What if, rather than engaging physicians who were practicing elsewhere, whether outside the province or internationally, what if we engaged the medical students right here from New Brunswick and provided them with a financial incentive to not only make their studies easier, but to bring them here, to ask them to commit to New Brunswick? The university at the time said, "That's a great idea. Why don't you take it on?" So he did. And what came to be the New Brunswick Medical Education Foundation was formed. As Dr. Simon alluded to earlier this evening, in that first year, 3 scholarships were awarded, totaling $25,000 in support. With $1.1 million awarded this evening, we have far surpassed what the initial vision was, and we are continuing to make an extraordinary impact. As Dr. Simon said, 150 nearly years of pledged service have been attained just tonight. But when we look at the long-term impact, that's going to be decades and decades of service for tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of New Brunswickers. Since inception, this organization has supported 318 students through 723 scholarships. 723 pledged years of service for New Brunswick. It's really extraordinary, and it is because we stand on the shoulders of giants. Without founders like Dr. Donald Craig, Dr. David Marr, or Ron Utterbridge, we would not be here today. Without supporters, the early supporters, like AstraZeneca, who's been here since almost the beginning, or Horizon Health, we would not be here. And we would not be here without the donors who continue to step up just last year, like Tantramar, like Envision St. John, who continue to create scholarships. Now, we have come a long way, and that deserves to be celebrated. But we also have a long way to go. My colleagues Natalie and David and I, we are working to close the gap. Because as a foundation, we are able to award right now about 75% of the students who apply for funding each year. That's extraordinary. That makes us one of the largest scholarship programs in the country, and we are very proud of that. But wouldn't it be wonderful if we could say that we are able to commit to every New Brunswick student who is willing to commit to this province and these people here in this room, in our provinces, and in our communities? Wouldn't that be an extraordinary thing? So you will hear going forward the tagline, Doctors for NB. You have a pin on your table, Doctors for NB, and you'll see that we've recently launched an apparel line called Doctors for NB. Proceeds from all apparel sold on our website will go towards helping us bring even more scholarships to the table and secure even more years of support for this beautiful, beautiful province. There are lots of ways that you can become involved. If you're interested, if you want to help us, it's not just about scholarships, though they are probably my favorite part, so please talk to me about scholarships. But whether you want to volunteer, whether you want to become a champion and help us share the message, check out our annual report, check out our monthly giving community. Any little bit of interest is a spark that will hopefully fan into a flame, because our mission is to ensure that all New Brunswickers have access to timely, quality, and reliable health care. We want a future where every New Brunswicker has access to a physician, a nurse practitioner, and primary care when they need it most. So with that, I just want to say for a final time, congratulations to this year's recipients, and thank you to the donors, the supporters, the members of our board of directors, to Natalie and David, our staff, to your loved ones, and as Dr. LeBlanc said, to the loved ones who come in and support these medical students every day. It means the world. Your support means the world to the students, so please keep it up, and it is a pleasure to see you all. I look forward to what we can accomplish together.